Hi all, back again. Just recorded a video as it happens. So just done a little bit of an opening for Cosmic Eclipse, and I thought, you know what, um, I'd like to show you all my actual old collection. So the reason that I got into Pokemon in the first place. So it's going to be a whole lot of nostalgia going on here for me personally. Looking at some of the older stuff that really got me into I want to say the hobby, but the collection more than anything. I had a good hiatus where I stopped collecting, so it was around about the Team Rocket era that I stepped away from it, and then I've recently come back in. So my first packs coming back was Rebel Clash. Um, I saw a few videos on YouTube for a few of the other guys, and I thought, you know what, that looks fun as hell, opening cards. So I thought I'll pop back and I'll show you a few of my cards. There's going to be a few duplicates, so for that I apologise, but as you can see, I've got a bit of a pile to go through and show you. But I'm going to kick things off with one of the cards that I really like the look of. It was one of my more favourite cards sort of growing up. I'd love to say it's a Charmander card, but it's not. Which was one of these. So it's a Dark Machamp. We'll see, holographic Rocket. I'm quite sure where I come across it, but it's one of them sort of little dodgy card shops. But then as always, you jump in. The quality on a few of them is going to be bad, but there's not a lot I can do past that. But it's always the first suggestion Machamp, which was the ones that I believe came in the starter box. So I got 3 of those, which chuffed as hell with. So I was like, yeah, cool. And we sort of push forward. So I've got a bit of an order set up for them. So well, I say a bit of an order. I just don't want to pull a load of cards and then go, oh yeah, same card. I jumped into a Clefairy, which I was quite happy with. So it was one of my first base set 2s that I'd pulled, and I was like, okay, yeah, I could get behind this set. One of my old more favourite cards, so not quite the Dark Machamp, but it's my beat up Ninetales. So it was one that I actually won in a match, which is why I like it so much. Granted, it's had heavy use since then. We then push across. So I think probably the rarest of the 3 is always going to be the Dark Gyarados. I always felt like that seemed like the hard one to pull. And then we got base set 2 Gyarados. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And now I go back from a collection and I find an actual, not the best of condition, granted not, but I'm going to take it, one of the original Gyaradoses from the original set. So I was like, alright, cool. So I have actually got some nice-ish cards. They might not have all the value in the world, but I don't intend to sell them, so I don't mind. So I started digging. Now the quality on this card isn't great. Again, I found one of my more, one of them Pokemon that I'm like, yeah, that is a pretty cool Pokemon. So there's a Lapras. And as I say, I kept digging, and it turns out we got 3 Hitmonchans, all, base set. So okay, cool. And then, it's just say, you keep going, you keep digging. And I'd love to say this is a small box of cards, but it really isn't. Thankfully, I had the presence of mind to stick them in the holders. And you come across that, which was like, okay. So I've got this big old box of cards, and I was like, I've actually got some nice cards in here. And it wouldn't have fitted well without seeing these 2. So, obviously, anyone who watched the show knows exactly who they are. I would love to say they're all first editions, but no, they're not. But condition on them, I mean, centering's pretty poor on both, to be fair. But I'm happy as hell with that. Then it goes into just casual Kaboot Ops, sticking from the fossil set. I was like, awesome. So we're gonna keep going. So I put that one aside for a second. And then I was like, so I started going through my electrical pile, because I'm one of these sad people. I like to set them up into their classes, if you like. And then we got a couple of the original set Magnetons. I was like, okay. Then I ran into a Lieutenant Surge's Magneton. I was like, the artwork on that was actually really cool way back when. And then, I'm not so sure on the artwork on this one, but I kind of got where they were going. But it's Rocket's Magneton. So I was like, turns out I've got quite a few Magnetons. So, I'm alright with that. I'm cool with that. And then it goes into Victory Bell, which are both, I can't remember the set now, but they're both the same set. I can't remember for the life of me. Now, this one's a bit painful because the card that probably would have been up there is the most beat up one, which is the base set Zapdos. But then the fossil ones aren't, if I can get the glare off, into bad condition. So okay, cool. So I obviously took time to collect the cards properly when I was younger. Maybe didn't take care of them as well as I should. But yeah, happy days. I promise you, it does get slightly better as we go because there is a few more cards in here. Some are, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're just basic cards that you sort of come across quite often. But there's still some in here that are absolute diamonds in my eyes, and I'm so glad I've got them. This is one of them. So Blaine's Moltres, if I can get it to focus, which would be lovely. Not the best focus, I do apologise, but Blaine's Moltres. And into a Rocket Moltres. I'm not quite sure how Rocket or Blaine both get a Moltres. Like, I thought it was only meant to be one. And then we go into Wigglytuff. Pretty cool. Now, this is one that I saw one of the other streamers pull, and I was quite like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, the centering isn't great, and it's not first edition, but I saw Chansey, and I'm like, that was a pretty awesome card way back when. Into pretty standard stuff then. So we go into Mr. Mimes, which nothing special. Going into a Dark Hypno, and then into an Electrode. And then last but not least, so this was a pre-release card. I'm still happy with it though, which is Mysteries Cedra. So I was like, hey, okay. So this is going into the last little bit of it. So I've kind of saved this half a little bit. So it goes into some of the nicer cards, So I'll kickstart with those two, which is Rocket Sneak Attack and the Energy card, which, cool. And then I'm sort of trying to pull them out so you can see them in the right sort of order, so it doesn't throw it all out too much. So we got Poliwrath, one of the cool ones. Actually just, yeah, looks awesome. Into an Alakazam. So again, the condition, I mean, my phone's probably doing it justice to be fair. The condition isn't great. Into a Mewtwo. So this is one of the original ones. Base set. As you can see, I was quite heavy into my base set. I really did love the base set. It was awesome way back when I was back in school. It was that one where, that and Yu-Gi-Oh! Was just all the rage. Into an Erica's Vileplume, which I quite like. And then just casual Misty's Tentacruel, which I'm sure is Gym Heroes. And then I pulled another Hypno here. So I got another Dark Hypno and a standard Hypno, which again, condition isn't great on the base set, but it isn't horrific on the Dark Hypno. So going into my, I want to say more rarer cards, again the condition is never going to be great. It's not going to win any awards, but do you know what? I'm cool with that. I'm never going to sell them, so hey, everyone's good. Popping into a Raichu. Love that card, it just looks awesome. So as promised, my last three cards that I've got here, probably the rarest in my collection, just for the simple fact that I know obviously there isn't that many of the Team Rocket packs kicking about. Let's be real, you can't find them as freely unless you've got ridiculous amounts of money in your back pocket and you can just go buy box after box after box, and I'm sure there's some sort of storage container that's got thousands hidden somewhere. Chances of little old me getting them, not going to happen in a rush unless this whole YouTube thing becomes this big massive success, and yeah, it's not going to happen. But yeah, we got a Dark Charizard, so happy as happy can be with that card. I'm not the best condition, it was heavy played. I did play a lot when I was younger, up there. Then going into a Dark Blastoise, so beautiful card, the artwork was done justice on that. I really did enjoy that one. Going into my last card, so this is my only base set of the originals. I would love to have a Charizard, everyone would love to have a Charizard that's not one of the evolutions. It would be amazing, but condition wise, it's got a few marks on it, a few dinks. It's never going to be PSA 10 by far though. one of my best in the collection, and one day I'd love to be able to sit here and open up the packs, potentially give me the rest of the collection. Dropping into my final card that I'm going to show you, so it's this little bad boy here. Good conditioned, to be fair, and it's probably one of the more inspirations for the channel, if I don't throw it on the floor. That bad boy right there. So, as you know from the little picture that's going to be up in that corner or that corner or wherever it pops up these days, or down in that bottom corner, that's the inspiration for the channel. You know, we love Snorlaxes. It's just, it signifies what we'd all love to do. Just literally just spend a good chunk of the day having a good old kip and catching up on some sleep. Hopefully you've all enjoyed, and give it a couple of days, I'll have another video. It'll be a lot more Cosmic Eclipse. I've still got the better part of 30 more booster packs to open. Hopefully we get some cool cards in there. We've got Evolutions, we've got Crimsons, I've got a few more Sword and Shield, I've got Rebel Clash, and I'm looking at securing a little bit more, just so that, you know, my next lot of videos is going to give us something, hopefully, some of them big pulls that we all want. And don't worry, Darkness Ablaze will be coming. I'm just not going to drop into the hype too quick, because I feel every other streamer is going to be doing that. Every other YouTuber is going to be doing that. And do you know what? I'm me. I want to be my different self, and I want to try and give you guys content and girls that's unique to me. You see, my setup isn't the most greatest thing in the world, but this is me. This is how I do things. I'm imperfect, but you know what? We're going to get them pulls. We're going to get them shinies. But as always, thank you for watching. And as always, if you haven't done and you want to get involved and see the next lot of openings, don't forget to hit that sub and come and join the community. From point of recording, we're on 47. My target is 50. I'd love to get to the 50 subs. I'd love to obviously push on to the 100 and 1,000. But for now, you know, I'd love to hit 50. Give it a couple of weeks, and you know, look at further down the line, see where we can be. But for the ones that have joined so far, thank you for taking the time being with us. Have yourselves a great evening. See you all next time.